Okay. First on the agenda, Du Bois and King AIP project update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, Jeff Adler with Du Bois and King. So the only activity we've had this month is we had that special commission meeting where the ultimate airport layout plan was approved. So that layout plan is now being sent through MassDOT and FAA for signature, which will probably still take a little bit, but it is going through that process for final approval. So as soon as we get those final documents from FAA, they'll be distributed back, so everybody will have a final signed copy, and that will be the final document that the airport can use moving forward for projects. So that's kind of it, very short. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Mark, your mic is on.
Yeah, I'm fine with the report. Yeah.
Thank you. Jeff, while we have you, we got a couple of things pertaining to you. The first is we're going to be looking for a vote for FAA payment request number 1 to Du Bois and King in the amount of $17,443.85. And that's for work done for the post-monitoring years 1 and 2 for the Taxiway A project. And just so everyone's edification, that FAA payment, this is funded 100% by FAA. So this is payment number 1, and look for a motion to pay Du Bois and King payment.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Sheehan. Mr. Cochran, are you on board yet? I'll second that motion. Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
And Mr. Ryan votes yes. The second, the environmental assessment phase 1 for the Taxiway C relocation and runway 1735 paved safety area. This is the contract agreement with Du Bois and King to provide those services. And this will be the environmental phase of it to determine how this project would be constructed for relocating Taxiway C and paving 1735 safety areas. Cut them out. It's $279,333.
Motion to approve.
Motion has been made. I have seconded.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Yeah. All right, John. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm late. I downloaded the executive session minutes and I saw 4 o'clock on that. Sorry, I was late. And I did catch the tail end of your last the last motion. I caught that, and I second this motion.
Motion made and seconded. Thank you. Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran?
Yes.
And Mr. Ryan votes yes. Thank you, Jeff.
All right.
Meeting minutes, July 15th, 2020, regular session.
Motion to approve as presented.
Motion made
And second.
and seconded. Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Ryan votes yes. Meeting minutes, July 29th, 2020, regular session.
Motion to approve as presented.
Motion has been made
Second.
and seconded. Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Ryan votes yes. Airport managers report. Russ?
Mr. Chairman, unless there are any questions about the written report, I'd like to let the report stand.
Just quickly, Russ, Rainier Construction, on Lot ABC, meeting Friday. Any updated schedule yet?
No updated schedule right now. There is a new contractor that's on board. Site Management Group is the name of the contractor. The project manager, Randy Byrne, directly with Flight Level, did bring Mr. Byrne up to speed on some of the safety issues, and obviously there was some concern about the geotech work prior to that. The plan right now is to have a job meeting this Friday as well, and really get the project moving.
Any questions for the manager, or is there a vote for the manager's report?
And second.
Motion made and seconded. Mr. Sheehan,
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran,
Yes.
and Mr. Ryan votes yes. Russ, we have old business, the West Apron, DC3 apron. Is that something we probably want to talk about in executive session? Are we looking for any?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's correct.
Because the last meetings, we asked Airport Council and yourself start working on an RFP for those two areas, so we'll talk about that in executive session. All right, there's a list of correspondence. Any questions on the correspondence, or is there a vote for information to file?
The coordinator and you, the first,
Mr. Sheehan, we couldn't hear that. It was a little bad connection.
somebody do the party all the service. And I make a motion to on file the correspondence.
Mr. Sheehan, did I catch that? Everything, information to file?
Yes, that's my motion.
Mr. Cochran, is there a second?
There's a second. Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Sheehan,
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran,
Yes.
and Mr. Ryan votes yes. If there's nothing else from the other commissioners, I would look to proceed to go into executive session. Purpose-free to discuss strategy with respect to litigation if an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the litigating position of the Norwood Airport Commission. Boston Executive Helicopter LLC versus Town of Norwood. Boston Executive Helicopter versus Norwood Airport Commission, the Town of Norwood. And also discuss executive session meeting minutes of July 15th, 2020, as well as dealings with real estate. Discuss the runway, the West Apron and DC3 apron. We will not be coming out of executive session. When we do, we'll also be coming out of open meeting, so we will not open up another go-to meeting. So we'll end open meeting in executive session. So is there a vote to that effect?
Yes.
Make the Motion, as stated, Mr. Chairman.
Motion made
Seconded.
and seconded. Mr. Sheehan,
Yes.
Mr. Corcoran,
Yes.
and Mr. Ryan votes yes. Thank you, everyone.